All right. Yo, yo, yo. I'm the Millennial Santa. Uh, Welcome back.
Can we start hashtag yo 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 on things from now on, please?
Yes, I like that. Yeah, I'm sure no one's using it. I'm sure of that.
I mean, I think there should be some sort of meme with Brian's face with yo yo yo. I'm a millennial Santa.
I'm going to make that.
I think that needs to be made.
I will make
If there
it. I
were
will
a
make it.
millennial Santa, he would look like you.
Yeah,
Definitely.
100%.
we need more likes. We need more likes. That will do it for sure. That'll springboard us up to 327 from 326. I'm sure.
We'll get that one. We'll get them.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked about our favorite Christmas content and honorable mentions, which is also some very good stuff. And I've noticed we've missed some very popular Christmas content out there. Did not make our favorites lists, nor honorable mentions. And I'm wondering if any of these made lists that we just don't particularly care for in our Christmas viewing. So Dean, let's start with you. What are some of your least favorite Christmas content items, sir?
Well, given my list that I wrote, I don't want to scare anybody that's listening or watching, but this is going to go on for 4 hours longer.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with Frosty the Snowman. That's why it's the beginning, because I don't exactly hate it, but I didn't like it. I mean, as a kid, you like it. It's cartoon. It's a talking snowman, but the snowman dies in front of all the children. That's how the movie fucking ends. Is they murder the snowman. Yeah, I know
he didn't die. He'll be back again someday.
Well,
after his snowman blood drained into the sewer system, and they had to pick up the pieces of his lips and his coal eyes and his.
That's not how it ends.
Were you traumatized by a melted snowman? Like it comes. You build another one.
No, Santa comes in. He's in the greenhouse. That was a sad part, and you're right. But Santa says all we need is like a Christmas wind or something like that. He opens the greenhouse, and that wind comes in, and then he's Frosty's back.
But he still died in front of them before that.
He did. That was a sad part. You're right.
So the death of a bunch of children's friend. Now we go to Rudolph. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Lovely song. Everybody loves the song. But not only are all the other reindeers dicks to him, Santa is an asshole.
Yeah.
Santa, even up until the end, what that proves to children is everybody will hate you unless they need something from you. Then they'll be nice to you. But service somebody else for something, it's okay for Santa and everybody else to be a dick to you.
And then when they do finally need your help, you're supposed to strive to still please them, which is bullshit.
Exactly.
I gotta say, I didn't come with a list prepared to talk about Christmas movies I don't like, and I like it whatever enough as it's a classic. But when you bring that up, yeah, that's true. Like it doesn't send a good message. It's bullshit.
Well, and
one of the meanest. Go ahead.
Well, the other message that it sends is not only are they mean and Santa's a dick to him, in a sense, in their world, he's handicapped or he's
right. Yeah.
You know,
to them, he's
right.
He's abnormal. Yeah.
And then he goes on a journey and finds the other freaks out there that are not wanted. It's horrible. It's awful.
Yeah, and one of the meanest characters in that whole episode, Rudolph's father.
Yeah, what a dickhead.
Yeah.
He puts the dirt on his nose and no son of mine and this crap.
When I was little, I picked up my little Fisher Price phone and I was trying to call reindeer services on them to see if they could take Rudolph away.
Yeah.
The savior of that special at all is Yukon Cornelius,
right?
And Bumble the snowman, the abominable snowman. That's fun. Their scenes together and the fact that
they thought he was mean, so they were a dick to him before knowing, who or what he was.
Yeah, then the little elf that wanted to be the dentist, that what's his Herbie.
Yeah.
Right. So they're mean to him because he didn't want to make toys. He wanted to be a dentist. And it turns out you needed both those guys who were different, and both of them saved your lives and
they
helped
fought
Christmas.
the fucking power and they saved Christmas.
Let's face it. It was the 1960s. Given Herbie's mannerisms and his speech, you know what they were getting at.
Right.
Mm.
Yes.
You know what they were getting at.
Huh.
They were pricks.
So, which brings up the question, do you think that was a progressive mindset to cast him as someone who was cast out but became a hero and helped a hero? Or was it furthering the kind of
a little bit of column
stereotypical action? Yeah.
A little bit of both.
Yeah. All right. So we agreed. Okay. Yeah. A lot of weird messages and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
In the same vein, I have Charlie Brown. And yes, we're going to go the Charlie Brown Christmas, but really any Charlie Brown. It's just kids being mean to a fat, bald kid.
Except for Schroeder, who's cool and plays the piano and doesn't fuck with anybody.
True. That's true.
Yeah, you're right. All those specials, even as a kid, I remember it's like I watched them every year because it was like a traditional thing. But you quickly learn, like, God, these kids are horribly mean to both Charlie Brown and Linus.
Yeah. And why is Charlie going outside to play with them? They're just dicks to him.
Right, stay inside. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah. They make him the director of the school play to mock him, basically. They make fun of his tree. The Snoopy stuff is always cute and fun and all that stuff. But even his dog at the time, sometimes in the episode, doesn't respect him.
He's very dismissive to Charlie. Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah, I don't know that. You know, in that special, you know, there was that nice moment where, you know, everybody has their own religious affiliation and all that stuff. But that scene where Linus got up on the stage and talked about the true meaning of Christmas, and it was just him with the echo and the spotlight.
Quality. Yes,
that
how
was
come none
that
of those
was
goddamn
good.
Kids listen then?
What's that?
I said, how come none of those goddamn kids listen then?
They were
they all still dickheads.
They were heathen.
They sure didn't.
No, and I honestly, that's one that I don't like dislike it per se. It's just like it's one of the big ones, and everybody's like, it's one that I've never gotten, so I don't enjoy it because I don't understand what the big deal is. Like, it's not that good to me, and like you guys said, I just find it annoying how much like of an asshole all the other kids are. So yeah, I don't hate it, but it's just, yeah, it's I don't know. I don't get the Charlie Brown stuff myself.
I don't watch it every year. I actually don't remember the last time I watched the full episode, just because of all the stuff we just talked about there.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can go to the back. Charles Schultz viewed himself as Charlie Brown because he did suffer from depression and all that in real life. So yeah, there are those dynamics and everything, but still, anyway. All right, what else you got, Dean?
Well, I've got one other movie and then two things. Here it is. A Christmas Story.
So I'm curious to hear this. Why don't, what is it?
Okay, here. Then I'll put it this way, Nicholas. The way you feel about Jingle All the Way, where it not only is the best Christmas movie, but it is the best movie, I have the opposite feeling of this movie. It is not only the worst Christmas movie, it is the worst movie.
Can I ask you a question before you divulge?
Yeah.
Does it have anything to do with an element of the fact that it is shoved down your throat all day, every Christmas?
No, because I turn it off. I mean, I don't have to watch it. Only one station.
I thought maybe it was coming from a place of because it was just like.
No, the acting is awful. The cinematography is awful. The looks, the lighting. That I know it was supposed to be set in the 50s and it was made in the 80s, and the combination of those two obviously equal dog shit. It's just the story's bad. The characters are god awful. They're mean too, and it's just it's just dog shit.
I know what this is about.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
You really wanted a gift that your parents said no to. Real bad for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And on Christmas morning, when you woke up, you thought, I bet they're just joshing. It's going to be, Dad's going to pull it out from behind the desk there. And Dad never did. And now Dean lives in envy of little Ralphie. Every year. It's on TBS for 24 straight hours, and he has to live that pain.
Mocking me.
All Christmas Day for 24 straight hours.
See, I don't believe that much, like the whole getting the kid exactly what he wanted. It was hidden behind the tree. Like for example, my son, he will get, some gifts that he wants, but I always get at least like one box of it's either empty or it's just got coal in it, because I want to keep him humble. There's something to say for that.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. Maybe subconsciously, maybe if you hypnotized me and went into my psyche, I don't know. It doesn't change the idea that just when I look at the look of the movie, it makes I have a visceral reaction to it. I don't think that has anything to do with the actual present part. But yeah.
Well,
I mean, on some level, I don't know.
And by hypnotize sometime, Nick, to get it out of Dean, that could equal 3 bourbons.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, Brian, if you need to get it out of Dean, you just back up.
Yeah. We'll give Dean 3 bourbons, and we'll ask him that question again, why he does not like a Christmas. I mean, you are right, Dean. I have some of those feelings about that movie too. Like as far as some of the scenes are a bit slow. It does have a different feel to it, like a grainy almost feel to the picture and stuff like that. Some of the scenes I don't really need to see again, like the whole essay scene and the Black Bart scene and a couple of them. I'm like, yeah. But I love all the scenes with the dad, all good. I can't remember the guy's name, but all the scenes with
the
dad is great.
Fantastic. And I really love his younger brother Randy. That kid makes the whole movie for me. Like all the scenes with him in it.
But like when at the end when he fires it off and he thinks he got his eye out, I was so happy. Every time it makes me so happy to see that I really want that little kid to just wear an eye patch for the rest of his life.
That's terrible. But like I said it earlier, is that movie still comes back for me in the especially having a daughter, and again, like we said earlier, the excitement of giving your child something that he or she really wants, and that enjoying those moments. And like I said, just thinking about how that movie transitioned in our age from us being the kids to being parents. So that to me makes it good. But you're right, there are scenes on there I don't really need to see ever again.
About what? I get what you're saying, but there's something to say about cutting a hole in the bottom of the present so when he opens up, you punch him in the face when the box top comes open. I mean, that's adorable.
All right, what else you got on your list?
I will say one more thing to touch on A Christmas Story. Regarding the cinematography, like I think that movie, when I first saw it when I was younger, I had no idea. I mean, other than the fact that the color of it, but I'm like, that movie I think does such a great job of putting you in that time. Like I feel like that movie was made, in like the 50s, because it doesn't feel like it was made in the 80s, other than the fact that it has color. It it fits. Everything fits. All the wardrobes, all the way they talk, all the things in the house, everything. It did a job of taking me to that place.
Then all that
I never existed in, obviously, so I don't know what that place is, but I think they did a good, hit the nail on the head with that.
Then all that tells me is it would have sucked to live in the 50s.
But I defy you, if you ever see the word fragile,
if you don't say fragile
on a box,
you're right.
Always say fragile. It must be Italian.
Yep. You're right.
Yes.
I'll give that one. I'll give
and
you
the leg lamp. Who doesn't like the leg lamp? Come on.
It's Christmas Airplane, for fuck's sake. How do you hate it?
Right.
It's Christmas Airplane.
And the scene at the end of the movie.
It is.
The kids are asleep, and Dad puts his arm
Christmas
around
Airplane.
Mom. What's that?
Do you hear what he's saying? He's saying it's Christmas Airplane, the equivalent of Airplane for Christmas movies.
It is.
And you would not have even known that until like last week.
I know.
What the hell you're talking
seen
about?
Airplane, and I know that
He doesn't know what the hell he's talking
Yeah.
about.
All right, so we talked.
Scene or really, yeah. I mean, it's similar. Just saying.
Similar.
All
Except,
right. Well,
Christmas Story's a little bit better, but whatever. We're not gonna split hairs.
I was trying to.
Brian and Dean are coming back to the podcast.
I think we said enough about Christmas Story. What I was trying to say is that scene at the end of the movie, Dean, when kids are asleep, Dad sitting there with Mom with a glass of wine. Dad Mom sits on his lap and they're watching the snow fall outside the window, but the tree.
Yeah.
I remember even as a kid thinking, I would like to have that. That is something I would like to have, is that family feeling and be there with my wife and enjoy those type of moments and stuff like that. So anyways, I think we beat up Christmas Story.
I agree.
Both good and not so good. Do you have anything else on your list, Dean?
Well, I mean, honestly, there's let's see, stuff that I hate. Well, this one, no.
Please stick to Christmas stuff you hate, please.
No, I know, like, there's some things we shouldn't say on the podcast, like, because there might be children, listening.
Yeah, all that stuff off camera about certain ethnicities you did not like. That was really, we got to stay away from that on camera. I mean, come on, man. It's Christmas time.
Giving to the poor. Well, you know what? I think I'm good. I think I'm good with the list. I think I've said enough of things that annoy me. Real quick, we've gone through our list of things we like, some things we dislike. To wrap things up real quick, what is a memory of your child? Like, what is like that quintessential Christmas memory? I mean, I don't know, even what I'm looking for here. Maybe it's that coming down the tree, or you scaled the tree. Now you're coming down the stairs to see the presents, or get off the tree, Brian. But yeah, I mean, is there a quintessential moment for you?
For me, it was probably, one of the ones that probably a lot of people could relate to across the board that aren't specific to like my family and things we did. Probably just be like that, laying in bed on Christmas Eve, like kind of like milk and cookies are out, like that kind of. I always had this weird thing with like, I was excited that Santa was coming because he was bringing me presents, but there was a little part of me that was like, I'm a little creeped out that this dude can just get into our house whenever he wants to. Like it was like I wasn't nervous.
What stopped him from
reason,
doing it in
but
June?
It was butterflies to where like I felt uneasy, but still excited, but also like, I don't know, like it's weird that somebody that doesn't live in our house is going to be in here without any of us being awake for a little bit. You know what I mean? So that part made me, that was one that, but I love that feeling of going to bed, especially like when you get a little older and you get past that like nervousness part to where it's just like, you're a certain age of childhood to where you can just kind of, it's kind of similar to what Brian touched on. You don't have the wife and stuff like that, but you lay down in bed, maybe you look out your window and everything's all lit up and it's like Christmas Eve. And now as an adult, it's similar to what Brian did outline. It's nice when all the work is done. My wife and I work very hard. What's that?
And then you still have that excitement of knowing that the kids are going to open. I mean, what
right. It's that certain level of peace that you feel like her and I are awake, all the presents are wrapped, they're asleep, and you just kind of get that like we did it. Like it, you know what I mean? It's in some points throughout the month it feels insurmountable. All the things you have to do, all the gifts you have to wrap, all the things you have to, have prepared and do all this stuff, and then when it's finally here, you kind of get that moment where you can just revel in it, and there's that reward of you feel like you did a good job and it's coming and you're just like everything's good.
She wrapped the goddamn cat. Brian?
Before I go to that, I need two quick things I need to say. I would be remiss if I did not add Die Hard as an honorable mention. I watch it every season. It's a must watch. We watched it this past weekend. So it is a Christmas movie. I don't care what people say. And one thing I hate, Dean, every Christmas season, Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Take it off. I don't want to hear it ever again.
I agree with that.
The only Christmas classics are the only good music. Bing Crosby, Dean Martin, all that stuff in my book. Give me all
Hillary
that.
Duff. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
just the classics. Give me the classics.
Yeah. Anyhow, as far as moments, I talked about I think about how things have transitioned over time. I mentioned this way back in our first episode, Star Wars. As a kid, one of my favorite Christmases was, my parents, bless their hearts. I mean, one Christmas, like I said, like 77 or 78, whatever it was, they got me the Atari 2600 with Space Invaders and a couple of cartridges, which that was the hottest gift at that time. It's like the equivalent of, you get a PS5 today or something like that. And that was the only thing that existed, really. That was the playing those games and stuff, the excitement of that. I never thought I would get it. And that was back when, you would get I'm dating myself. I know I don't care, but you would get one of the greatest things in the world back then was like the Penny's catalog. You'd get the Penny's catalog, which was a huge book, and you would flip in there, and my parents would say, okay, go through this and circle. It was like a magical list of toys. Yeah, you just circled all this stuff. You knew there's no way you're going to get all this stuff. And I remember I probably circled that Atari 2600, and they made that happen for me. And I think the same Christmas I got the Death Star playset, which was a huge Christmas. So from an excitement perspective as a child, that was the top. And then just as the years have progressed, just spending time with that, you quickly learn as you grow up that it's not about that stuff. It's more about spending time with your family and all of that. That means a lot more, those moments. And then when you have your own children, like as you already said, just the excitement of watching your kids open up. I just remember times where I'd be laying in bed. I was sort of, you kind of feel like there's somebody looking at you or whatever, and you kind of wake up, and then little teeny Peyton would be standing there, not saying a word, with her little pajamas and stuff like that, just watching me. Yeah. Just waiting. Like I kind of want to wake him up, but I don't want to wake him up. And she would just stand there for a minute, and the second I don't know what time it was or whatever, I would wake up, and she'd like, do you think we could maybe get up and, the sweetest things, and then now, it's just different, but you quickly learn the joys of giving more than receiving as in the spirit of the holiday. And that means the most, to me, and I'm sure you guys as well. So those are some of my favorite things. Dean, what about you?
Well, of course, you remember, laying in bed like that as a child, or coming down the stairs to see all the presents down there, because there's 4 of us, so there was, whatever was down there.
But you're doing the quick math in your head, like, okay, 1/4 of this corner is mine.
Yeah, a little bit. Or this. well, also Santa also wrapped each individual kids in different color wrapping papers, so you knew, you saw what was, cool. But that's not even what makes my my quintessential memory. When I was in my 20s, I didn't, obviously I didn't have any kids, and everybody was off doing their thing. There wasn't any more like Christmas Eve things that we would do at that time. So I got a Santa suit, and Nick's wife, Robin, my sister, would drive me around, and we would have like different friends and family that would call us and ask us to do this, and we would drive around and walk outside houses, me as Santa, where the kids would look down from the windows and stuff, or come to the door, and I had candy canes in the pocket if they got too close or whatever, and just to see the kids in the windows, mom, look, and we go house to house, in the local area, And we probably do that for a couple hours. Yeah,
That's cool.
That's probably my quintessential memory.
That's nice. And now you just do it without just the hat. I think you just wear the hat and do that around Barberton. Is that correct?
Well, actually, one of the last times I did it, we'd come to this house. Robin pulled up, and she would always, parked a little bit away, so obviously kids didn't see Santa getting in a LeBaron. So
you hope Santa has something different than a LeBaron,
Right.
Maybe at least an Escort or something.
What sort of smoke is coming out of that LeBaron? Anyway, so I get to the house, and I'm going up to it and tapping on the window. I look in the window. It's a little dark. I'm like, well, I thought they were going to come to the window. I'm looking until I see this old lady turn around the corner, and she is frightened as fuck. I have the wrong house, and I'm scaring this really old lady. And she starts screaming. I just turn on and just run down the road. Robin sees me booking for the car, and as I get there, she takes off just before I reach the handle. Yeah. And so I ran for a very long time as fast as I could in that suit. But yeah, other than that, to do that for the kids, for whatever small amount of time I ended up doing it, it was I enjoyed that.
Yeah. That sounds like fun. That's good.
All right. Well,
all right.
Covers
that.
Think we covered it all?
I think we covered it all. So I think some of the recurring themes I think that made our favorites were I think it seemed like it has a lot to do with us all being fathers these days and remembering the transition of being young kids to becoming the father and all that. There's a good quote out there I read. I don't know who said it, but it's like there's 3 stages of a man's life. He believes in Santa Claus. He doesn't believe in Santa Claus. He is Santa Claus. And I think that if you think about the what is the most enjoyable, I think we definitely have fond memories of believing in Santa Claus with the innocence of youth. But I think we all maybe sounds like we agree, and it seems to resonate in our film choices and content choices. Being Santa Claus is the most
giving
fun.
Gifts and things like that. Yeah.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this YouTube video, you probably come to the realization that I did, that he just described what you're looking at right here.
That we are Santa Claus?
No, Nick being...
I believe in Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Dean is not.
And you with the beard is Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I am looking more the part, that's for sure.
Right.
If I wore the hat, that's why I was purposely, I'm not wearing a Santa hat with the red shirt because I'm just not prepared quite for that. But I'll do that this Christmas. Yeah, what the heck? I don't know.
Yo.
Yo.
Well, and we were pretty similar. I think the only thing we really disagreed on was Christmas Story. So I think Nick and I find that more enjoyable, and Dean just doesn't get it. So Dean, does any of the arguments did we convince you at all that it's not as bad as you think, or no way?
No.
Okay. And interesting.
No. Let me take that back. One thing I was convinced on, that I do really want to go check out Jingle All the Way.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know if I've seen all of it. I think I may have seen parts, but I'm convinced to at least go check it out.
I agree. I agree. Nick has convinced me to take that in this holiday season for sure. And another thing I found interesting is all of us felt the same about the Charlie Brown special in general.
It's a classic that no one likes.
Right.
Yeah. We don't get why everybody's so upset they can't watch them and they're on Apple TV or PBS and stuff. Just
Happy birthday,
pay attention, people. Pay attention. All the kids are dicks. All the kids are dicks to Charlie Brown. Pay attention. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else, gentlemen? Here, any other? I think we covered everything, right?
I believe so.
Okay, so our next episode we're going to shoot when we can get back together. remotely, so hopefully sooner than later. Our next superhero battle bracket will be our next thing that we shoot, and with the next one will be Captain Marvel from the Marvel Universe versus the Flash from the DC Universe. Nick, how can our fans, of course, if they're watching this now, they could be watching us on a couple platforms. So where can they see us? Where can they hear us? How can they contact us, sir?
Well, they can see us on YouTube. Just search Convincing Idiots. We are there. We have our channel there. We are on Facebook, also on Convincing Idiots. You can email us at convincingidiots@gmail.com, and we are on Instagram at convincing_idiots. We also have a Twitter account now.
That's right.
That is at Convincing Idiot without the S. Is that correct?
That is correct. We ran out of space, and I'm the idiot. So,
all right, there you go. Convincing Idiot. We are now have a Twitter account. Big deal, big deal. Global podcast, multifaceted on all the platforms, rocking and rolling. So,
hold on before you take it out. I just we're 7 episodes in, guys.
Yeah.
And I also just now, real quick, we've done it before, but I also want to just give a quick shout out to our music producer, Aaron Blake, who does the music for us in the intro and in between and whatnot. So yes, thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron. We appreciate all your musical talents as always, as well as your friendship. He is a wonderful person.
The best.
And so for Convincing Idiots, I am Nick. We have Millennial Santa Claus.
Yeah, yo. I'm Brian. Yeah. Millennial / Gen X Santa Claus. Thank you. And who do we got up above me here?
The Grinch. I'm Dean.
This has been Convincing Christmas. Are you convinced? Yo.
Happy holidays, everybody. Stay safe out there. Thank you. We appreciate your support.
Thank you, guys.
Don't be mean to Charlie Brown this season.
Don't be a dick.
Like Santa.